Hello students, myself Saurabh. I welcome you all to Perspective Academy. Now in this session, we will discuss strategy for GS2, in particularly Indian polity, constitution and governance. There will be separate lecture conducted for international relations session. So without wasting any time, let's start our discussion. So what we are going to discuss in lecture is strategy plus sources and then approach. But remember, this approach is from descriptive pattern. See, until now you had objective exam. In the objective exam, doing Lakshmikant was enough. But now we have to write analytical answer, and for that we need a different approach. So what that approach is going to be, that we will discuss in this session. But before discussing strategy, sources and approach, we need to clear some misconceptions. So what are those misconceptions? Let's see. So there are two misconceptions. Let us discuss those first and then we will move to our syllabus point. Okay, so the subject that we have is GS2, General Studies, paper 2. So what is the first misconception is that your first misconception, GS2 is equal to polity. So this is your misconception number 1. You have to get away with. This is incorrect. So in GS2 we have 4 distinct components. GS2. The first one is obviously Indian polity and constitution. Then you have governance part. Then social justice, and then at the end you have international relations. So please mind this, because generally what students think that doing polity means all syllabus of GS2 is done, but that is not the case. You have to prepare for governance, social justice and IR also. Okay, as I said in the initial lecture, for international relation there will be a separate lecture. Okay, so this is the first misconception. And second misconception, which I already taught, but let's discuss it again, that doing Lakshmikant is enough for polity. Doing Lakshmikant was enough until it was a objective pattern examination. So there you didn't have too much think about analytical point of view and etc. But now you have to think. Okay, subsequently we will see UPSC previous year question so that you can understand what I am talking now. So these are two misconceptions, that is doing Lakshmikant is not enough, and second one GS2 is equal to polity. See, apart from Lakshmikant, what we need to do, we will subsequently discuss that also. Okay, so let's get away with these two misconceptions. Okay, now let us move ahead. Okay, I have to erase it. Just wait. So next part is about building blocks. So what are our building blocks? So first one, obviously syllabus. Without syllabus you cannot do anything. See, you have to prepare for an examination and commission has given you syllabus. So this is your first job, to complete all the points mentioned in your syllabus. You must have at least content, at least 200 and 250 words content on the syllabus point. Then you have past year question. See, lot of time what happen, doing just syllabus is not enough. Sometimes UPSC asks questions or even MPSC will ask question on certain different aspect of that syllabus, or sometimes the syllabus point is vague. For example, parliament. Okay, UPSC has just given syllabus, UPSC and MPSC has given topic parliament, structure, organization, functioning, etc. But what type of question will be asked, that you can only guess through previous year question, that is past year questions. So that is also second important block. And third one is standard books. So which are the standard books that we will see at the end of our lecture. So syllabus, past year question and standard books. So let us see the syllabus and how you should prepare content. See, the first point is regarding Indian Constitution, historical underpinnings, evolution, features, amendment, significant provision, basic structure. Okay, we will not discuss each and every point because this is just an introductory and strategy video. Okay, when we will start our lecture, that time we will discuss each and every point elaborately. Okay, now see the Indian Constitution, historical underpinning. So here we will study from Charter Act 1773 till Government of India Act 1935. So, do we need to prepare all the points in a holistic way? Obviously, from prelim point of view, you have to do. But right now we are discussing this from descriptive approach. So, from descriptive approach, what you have to do? You have to pick up certain important acts like Government of India Act 1919, 1935, then Morley Minto Reform, and you have to do critical analysis. What is needed is critical analysis. Suppose there is Government of India Act 1935, then you must do critical analysis. Means what? Features plus lacunas. See, till now, for objective point of view, all you needed was the features of each and every act. But right now, you need critical analysis also, because on that aspect, question will be asked. So there is a question. There is another point, basic structure. So here you must have content of 250 to 300 word, not more than this. So how will it help you in exam? We will also discuss that. Okay, similarly there are other points, functions and responsibility of union, the issues and challenges pertaining to federalism, separation of power, again a separate point, then comparison of the Indian constitutional scheme with that of other countries. Now that of other countries, see there are 190 countries in the world. So will you prepare for each and every country? So obviously not. So how can you guess which countries to prepare? So again answer lies in PYQ. Okay, so accordingly we will compare constitutional scheme with that of USA, UK and France. Okay, then parliament and state legislature, structure, functioning, conduct of business, powers, privileges and issues arising out of it. Then your judiciary, then representation of people act, constitutional bodies, statutory, regulatory and quasi judicial body. Okay, I will not read each and every point because that will make our lecture very lengthy one. So I hope I have given you how to prepare the note and etc. Okay, similarly we will take one issue from one syllabus point from governance point or governance syllabus, that is poverty and hunger, and that time I will elaborately show you how you should prepare notes. Okay, so this is regarding your syllabus of Indian Constitution Polity. Similarly, there is a syllabus of governance and international relation also. Let's quickly look at it. Let me erase it. So this is your syllabus of governance and social justice, government policies, interventions for development in various sectors, issues arising out of their design and implementation. Here you do not have any standard book etc. Here your subject source material is mainly Yojana magazine and the notes that we will provide at class. So doing this is enough along with solving PYQs. Okay, now how to prepare a note on a particular syllabus point that we will understand by taking the syllabus point of issues relating to poverty and hunger. Okay, welfare schemes to vulnerable section, important aspects of governance, transparency, role of civil services. On each and every point, we must have content up to 200 to 300 words. Okay, how to prepare that content, we will briefly see it, and in detail we will see when our lectures will start. So this is your governance and social justice syllabus, and then at the end you have IR syllabus, international relation. So discussion regarding IR, there will be a separate lecture, so no need to worry. Okay, so till now what we discussed what change you have to bring from descriptive point of view, then we cleared some misconceptions, then we discussed building blocks, and we went through syllabus quickly and understand how we have to build content worth 250 to 300 words. So now let's expand it and discuss elaborately. But before discussing that, there is another important point, that is PYQ syllabus linkage exercise, which you must do before preparing your notes. Okay, there is another benefit of this exercise which I will tell you subsequently. Okay, so what you have to do, see, there are in market you will find ready-made bifurcation of questions. Okay, you can read it, but that will not help you much. Okay, at initial level, if you want to benefit yourself at the initial level itself, then I will suggest you to read the syllabus, memorize it, and then take year-wise question and map each question with the syllabus point. See, this is the first question. Constitutionally guaranteed judicial independence is a prerequisite of democracy comment. So what you need to do, you need to write here syllabus point. So what is the syllabus point? Judiciary, structure, organization, functioning. Okay, then see this question. To what extent in your view Parliament is able to ensure accountability of the executive in India? Okay, then what is the syllabus point? Parliament, state legislature. At initial level you may not recall it, but no need to worry. You have to read syllabus regularly each and every day. Okay, a time will come when you have memorized it. Memorize it means not in a way that rote learning, but at least you should be aware that whenever you will see question that, oh, this question is regarding such and such a point in syllabus, that much is also enough. Then see this question. Do you think Constitution of India doesn't accept principle of strict separation of power? Just we saw that there is a separate point, separation of power. Now see how question is asked. Do you think your opinion is sought? Okay, so how to form your opinion, etc., that is also important. So here newspaper articles will help you, or rather it is based on principle of checks and balance. So you have to map the syllabus and PYQ. So you will read this question in your separate notes, not notes, but you will take a printout or xerox of previous year question year wise, and you will write in front of it as separation of power. Okay, what is the benefit of doing this exercise? So remember, in each year there are 2 to 3 questions whose answer nobody knows. But if you are able to map those questions to a syllabus point, and if on that syllabus point you have content worth 250 to 300 words, then you can write some general points and get above an average mark. See, the exam is of relative nature. You need to perform better than others. Okay, so that is the point. So this exercise will help you in that part. So in this way you have to map the PYQs with syllabus. So having discussed it, let us discuss some questions. Just a minute. See, relevance of PYQs, why PYQs are important. Now remember, we are preparing for MPSC 2025 descriptive examination. But see, in past few years MPSC was of objective type, so we do not have recent PYQs of subjective nature from MPSC. But no need to worry, we can look for UPSC previous year questions. So that would be sufficient. So see why PYQs are important and why PYQs are building blocks. Okay, that first point we discussed, that PYQs help us to navigate. PYQs help us to prepare notes and to decide what to study and what not to study in a particular topic. Now see this, these are PYQs based on local local self-help governments. If you read first 2-3 questions, then you will understand the UPSC is asking on a similar thing year by year. Okay, and same will happen in MPSC also. See the first question: to what extent, in your opinion, the decentralization of power in India has changed the governance landscape at grassroots? To what extent? To what extent means what? We have to analyze it critically. We have to write. See, to this extent it has been successful, but still these areas have been not touched yet. And what we have to do? So again, issues and challenges in democratic decentralization and what way forward. So same thing. See the second question: strength and sustenance of local institution has shifted from their formative phase of functions, functionaries and funds to contemporary stage of functionality. Highlight the critical challenges faced by local institutions in terms of their functionality in recent times. So this is 2020 question. Now see the question from 2017. The local self-government system in India hasn't proved to be effective system of governance. Critically examine statement and give your views to improve the situation. Now this is 2017 question and 2022. Again similar. Now what used to happen till 2017, there was a standard template or standard framework that whenever there will be question on local self-help government, what you have to do? You have to bifurcate those points in funds, function and functionaries. But see in 2020 UPSC asked strength and sustenance has been shifted from funds, function, functionaries to functionalities. So in this way you have to gauge the approach that question setter is adopting, and accordingly you have to prepare your content. Not relying on just ready-made note and content won't be sufficient. Okay, I hope my point is clear regarding how these PYQs are still relevant. Similarly, you can see the PYQs on role of civil services in democracy. Now this is homework for you, just how I explained the point of local self-help governments. You need to analyze the PYQs of role of civil services in democracy also, and you can comment in the comment box what similarities and what pattern you find in it. Okay, so these are the some PYQs we discuss and how they are relevant, etc. Now let us see how to form content and what you need to look before making notes. So before that, let us see some previous year questions on issues related to poverty and hunger. So what you need to do? You need to go through the PYQs, and while going through PYQ, you need to identify the demand of each and every question. And if you face any difficulties while identifying demand for question, then you can approach us, we can help you. Now after, see, I am not doing it from each and every question this exercise, but we will do only for first question. The exercise for remaining question is already done, and I will show you directly slide. Though there have been several different estimates of poverty in India, all indicate reduction in poverty levels. Do you agree? Critically examine with reference to urban rural poverty. So this is regarding poverty line, the issue. And what questions ask you? Do you agree that poverty has reduced or not? Similarly, there are other questions also. For each question, write down the demand. So what is demand here? Poverty reduced or increased. Okay, hunger and poverty are biggest challenges for good governance in India. Evaluate how successive government have progressed in dealing with this humongous problem. Suggest measures. Again, here also analysis. And it has asked suggest measures for improvement. So again, way forward. Poverty elevation programs in India remain mere showpiece and unless they are backed by political will. Discuss with reference to the performance of major poverty elevation programs. Means what? Critical evaluation of government programs. Critical evaluation of government programs. There is growing divergence in the relationship between poverty and hunger in India. Now see, these questions makes you think. Such type of questions make you think. There is a growing divergence between poverty and hunger. So make this point, divergence between poverty and hunger. Sinking of social expenditure by government is forcing the poor to spend more on non-food essential items. Now this content you can directly incorporate in your notes. Okay, UPSC itself saying that there is a growing divergence and there is increasing expenditure on non-food. Okay, I am just leaving this question right now because for understanding this question some basic part must have been done. So let's go to next question. Incidence and intensity of poverty are most important in determining poverty based on income alone. In this context, analyze multidimensional poverty report of UN. This is a current affair question. That time the report was published. So in this way you have to write down demand of each and every question. See, first 3 questions were simple, but the 2019 was tricky. Okay, generally what we think, poverty and hunger have collinear relationship, but here it is saying that there is a divergence. Okay, people are getting out of poverty, but there is still issue of hunger. So you have to make a note on that topic. This is PYQ, but similar sort of something will be definitely asked. Okay, in 2019 it was asked in GS2, but few years later the same point was asked in GS3 paper under the topic of inclusive growth. Okay, so there is a interlinkages between syllabus points of various subjects. So in this way you have to write down demand, which I have already written on the next slide. So now let's see it. See, in this way you have to prepare note. So poverty and hunger, concept of poverty, recent data and statistics. See, all these questions we saw in previous slides. How you will start your answer? To start your answer, you need a definition of poverty at least, or some data and statistics. So for each and every point on your governance topic, which is a contemporary issue and etc., you should be ready with data. Be it NFHS data, okay, be it World Bank's data, Niti Aayog's data, or anything. So concept plus recent data and statistics, which will be useful in our introduction of answer. Then what are the implications of poverty? Again from previous year question. Government schemes and efforts, limitations of those government efforts, and then way forward. So in this way you have to prepare a content of 250 to 300 words. See, why I am stressing on this 250 and 300 words? Because see, what is the most important part in this journey of MPSC or UPSC is the revision. And if you have short, crisp and precise notes, then chances of your selection will be high. So in this way you have to prepare notes. Now let's see the primary sources. Okay, we are coming to the sources part at the end. That I did deliberately, because generally what happens, everyone stresses upon sources, that you have to read this, you have to read that. But the crucial part of how to analyze PYQ, how to link them and how to prepare a content worth 250 to 300 words, that is being skipped. So we discussed that first, and now we are coming to primary resources. So obviously you must start with 11th standard polity NCERT, because that builds your conceptual base. Okay, I will show you how questions are directly picked up from the 11th standard NCERT. Then obviously next is our Lakshmikant. We will cover our basic and foundational stuff from Lakshmikant. Okay, that is enough. Then as I said in the second slide, that in this descriptive pattern doing Lakshmikant is not enough. So we have to form our analytical opinion. Just we discuss one question that there is a divergent relationship between poverty and hunger. So how will you understand this? So news articles based on the divergence between poverty and hunger have been frequently there in Indian Express and The Hindu. So while reading these newspaper items, you will understand such concepts. Then Yojana magazine, not all Yojana magazine but specific issues. For example, in every February or March month, there is a Yojana issue on budget. So that is a very good issue. Sometimes a Yojana issue on poverty is there. So you will get some additional points. So go for these magazines. Then additional notes that we will provide at class, and selective reading of second ARC. Okay, selective reading, which you need not to read the entire second ARC report, but from governance point of view, the second ARC report is very important. Okay, very crucial points are given by certain committees and etc., which you can directly write in exam your answers. So these are primary sources. Now see how NCERT is important. See, this is the question from 2023 UPSC Civil Services Examination. Okay, which we already saw it in one of the previous slides, but let's see it again. Constitutionally guaranteed judicial independence is prerequisite of democracy, and this is the chapter number 6 of 11th NCERT. And the highlighted yellow portion, you can see, I don't know whether you are able to read it or not, but let me read it. The principal role of judiciary is to protect the rule of law, ensure supremacy of law, it safeguards rights of individuals, settle dispute accordance with law, and ensure that democracy doesn't give way to individual group dictatorship. In order to be able to do this, it is necessary that the judiciary is independent of any pressure. And see, what is the question? Constitutionally guaranteed judicial independence is prerequisite of democracy. Which judicial independence is necessary for a vibrant and effective democracy. So why that? See, this is highlighted in the yellow portion. Along with that, you must also write points like in which way Indian Constitution has guaranteed judicial independence, and those points are also here. Okay, so such conceptual and philosophical points you will not find in Lakshmikant. Okay, they will give you entire procedure, how to remove judge and etc. But why? Why the functioning of judiciary is important? Okay, why we need a independent, vibrant judiciary? What is their relation with democracy? You will only find in Lakshmikant. Okay, similarly, there was a question like right to vote. Is which kind of right? Is it a statutory right, constitutional right, legal then, etc.? And there was a lot of debate. But the origin, not origin, but answer of that question can be found in the first topic of the NCERT. So, right to vote is a constitutional right, and it is given in your NCERT. In similar way, other points also you will find. So, that is the importance of reading your NCERT. Again, you will find newspaper articles in standard newspapers like The Hindu or Indian Express, which you must look for. For example, in recent days, there was this question, there was an article, Constitutional Morality, the Origins and the Nuances of the Concept. So such articles, this is one example, several such articles are there. For example, issues of judiciary, issues of parliament, etc. Whenever you will find such article, please make a crisp note, okay, of some 40-50 words or 50-100 words, depending upon the importance of article. See, lot of time you will find articles. If the content in the article, if you think that the content given in the article you can easily find in Lakshmikant or other notes, then no need to make note of that article. But if you find that this article is unique and some validational points are there which are not in your notes, then prepare the notes. Okay, in such way you have to adopt your preparation style. So whenever you will find a polity articles, please prepare note. Okay, there was one more article, I forgot to attach it. Ex-CJ N.V. Ramanna had given a speech regarding why there should be enhanced role of women in higher judiciary. And in that year itself, UPSC asked question on desirability of higher percentage of women in higher judiciary. So whenever articles of important dignitaries like Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable President, Honorable CJI appears in the news, please take note of it. And second last slide. So this is the revision how to approach. So obviously start from your 11 polity NCERT, but before that go through syllabus, read syllabus each and every day, at the start of your day and at the end of your day. Then by reading 11 polity NCERT you will understand basics, complement it with Lakshmikant, then obviously attend lectures regularly and clear doubts. So how will be your journey? Syllabus, then PYQ. PYQ will be helpful to understand the dimensions of the topics. Okay, just I discussed parliament and organization, etc. This is the point. How questions are asked, that you can understand only through PYQ. In similar way, in GS1 there is a topic, Indian national movement, okay, or Indian freedom struggle movements, something like that. So this is a vast topic. How will you understand? Only through PYQ. So syllabus, then PYQ, then analysis and note making. Okay, and after that, when your foundation is built, then you start answer writing practice. Don't start it from day one. Okay, after foundation, answer writing practice with PYQ. And see, for answer writing also there are various question tests and etc. But always solve best questions. And how to identify the best question? So obviously those of PYQ. UPSC PYQs are best questions. So solve these PYQ. Okay. So these are the primary sources. But there is some miscellaneous sources also. Miscellaneous sources for preparation. Yojana magazine we already discussed. Utilizing PYQ for building content also we discussed. Can you remember where we discussed it? The question of poverty and hunger, divergence in relationship. So the exact line of that question you can incorporate in your notes. There is a growing divergence, there is a more expenditure on non-food items. Due to that, the expenditure on food has been reduced. Okay, you can expand that point. And the first point which we didn't discuss, let's discuss that. How to prepare topics of miscellaneous nature. Okay, like transparency, governance, or even some static point like separation of power, etc. If you want to prepare note on that, you have to just do one thing. Write the topic name and plus The Hindu or Indian Express. When you will search this result, various links will come up. Okay, because various articles will come up. Okay, don't go for each and every article. If you read 3 to 4 articles, that's enough. Read 3 to 4 articles. It will take hardly 20 to 25 minutes. Jot down important points, be it digitally or pen and paper. That's your choice completely. And prepare the notes. That will be the best notes. Okay, here we will provide your notes. You can get from some other classes also. But at that point, retention will be less because you are getting something ready made and trying to absorb it. But when you will do that exercise on your own by going on different websites like The Hindu, Indian Express, jotting down the points, summarizing it and writing it on pen or paper or digitally, that time the retention level will be high. So this is our overall discussion regarding the preparation, the strategy of Indian Constitution, polity and governance. For international relations there will be another separate lecture, so stay tuned for it. So I hope you enjoy the lecture and understand the point. If still you have some doubts or some doubts, then please comment in the comment section and you can contact us anytime. We will be happy to help you. So thank you very much for attending this session. Have a good day.